All right, thanks, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the New Orleans Saints and the Atlanta Falcons. The children will groan. It's the final weekend of summer, but we've got the NFL, and we're underway on EA Sports. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guy. Will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
Tight ends left. Three down.
Off on first down. And this one caught by Travis Kelce. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
We're good.
We're go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses, because when you can have that type of a gain in the middle of the defense, it puts them in so many ways. Most teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there, that opens things up for you on the outside as well.
But that's where their big tight end, is so good. That middle third, the seam routes, the end routes. Yeah, you're right. Probably see more of that.
Yeah, it takes a lot of courage and fortitude to go in the middle as well, and he's got it.
Watch tight. Tight end right. 180.
And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. That's going to be a 6-yard gain. It leaves them with third down and just a yard to go.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Here we go, fellas. Here we go. Watch twist. Mike's 5'9". Value three. Louis. Pick up the ball. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping.
Call it no gain there, and it leads to a fourth down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard.
Hey, check Mike 45. Check Mike 45.
Value 3. Value 3.
Watch the slant.
Check nickel.
And boy, is he close. Did he get there? No, they're going to say he's short of the line to gain. The tackle made there by Tack McKinley.
Yeah, baby. Boom.
The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down.
He's tight right here. He's tight on the right. Tight on the right.
You got 3. You got 3. 3 down.
And that is incomplete.
Hot.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. Second and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Watch right. Watch right. Check number 6.
The former Indiana Hoosier here. Tevin Coleman. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35.
We got a runner.
A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Yeah.
Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see them playing off of each other, defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense, because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
Detroit! Detroit!
Strong right. Strong right.
Throw here out of the gun. He's going to wind up and air it out. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, and have them back on their heels.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Hey, guys,
Here we go now.
They'll look to throw. And this one is incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. And his kick is indeed good. And the Falcons are out to a 3-0 advantage. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now, seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players, and athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. But good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach says, I believe in my defense.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Tack McKinley in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down.
Out. 3 down.
And it's gone. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. And they're going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
Works his way inside the 30 on a pickup of 4.
Let's make these babies
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Get there, get there, get there, get there.
Right. You don't want no problems. You don't want no problems with me.
Check. 53's Mike. Check.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
Watch Mike.
And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Tevin Coleman, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Falcons will extend the lead. There you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments. Let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Saints offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious.
Got a man open, it's Ross. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook. Coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night.
And that's caught inside the 30. And they do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside.
To the right side, it's Kelsey. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. A gain of 6 there on first. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Mike's 59. Mike's 59.
Off throwing again. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. And now prior to this 3rd and 1, we're going to get a timeout here. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all. And now they're looking at 3rd down here.
3 down, 3 down.
Check.
Dula.
59's Mike. 59's Mike. Check, 59.
Dula.
Target.
Slam.
And he's able to pick up the first down before he's tackled right at the 10.
Come on, run.
The gain of 5 that time gives him the conversion and makes it 1st and goal. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Garden. It's Saints football to begin quarter number 2, and they've got it here with a first down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Double tight.
We go, Salat. Black 20. Value 3.
Slam.
On 1st and goal. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great play there. His first touchdown of the new season. And the Saints are back within a score. Solid job up front. Really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
Run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. Lutz with the extra point. And that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. Lutz now to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. So out come the Falcons now. They're starting to put some space here. You know, first quarter, they didn't look so hot offensively. This second quarter, though, they've looked really good.
They've jumped in the saddle in a big way now, and now they're in full gallop. I mean, before, kind of cantering around a little bit, right, trying to feel their way, not getting done what they wanted to. But somehow they figured out play calling and execution, and now there's a pretty big gap.
Go.
And they'll look to make that gap even bigger here. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Second and 6, just inside the 30.
53 is the mic. 53 is the mic.
Hey, defense.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
Another scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Watch tight end's right. Tight end's right.
Hurry up, here we go. Green.
This one complete to Devontae Freeman. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Tight end's right. Watch tight. Tight end's right.
We got
He'll be dropped shy of the 40 despite an excellent display of footwork.
Run to the ball.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Mike, 55. Check, 55, Mike.
Room to run past midfield. Look at this. There he goes left side. And he's going to get it down to the 14-yard line.
They don't want it,
A
fellas.
big-time
They
play there
don't
for the
want it.
Falcons.
Keep
48
playing hard,
yards
fellas.
on the ground.
All day. Woo! Let's get it.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
3 down.
Running game working this on 1st down. And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line.
He wasn't ready.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
tight end to the right. Move.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
Yeah,
They'll say
baby.
no gain on the play there, and now it'll be third down.
Gun, gun! Gun, gun!
Tight end right.
Out of the gun now on third down. Escaping the pressure right. And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons.
Too easy for him.
As his guys are in for 6. And the Falcons will add on to their lead. Was able to look back toward the middle of the end zone to find the target.
As you know, in this game, sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules, because we all know most guys throwing the football are taught never throw back into the middle of the field on a scramble. He did it and got away with it for a touchdown.
Instincts sometimes, right? They just take over.
Instinct and vision. Sometimes you just see people who are open, you're able to get it to them.
The Saints coming out now to take the field. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Lift! 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 Hey, switch gears, switch gears. Starting left here.
Check. 45.
They'll start on the ground with Brady. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down.
A big hole there. How about him handling the point of attack? Just positioning himself so that run could go right off of his backside and deep into the secondary.
Here we go, fellas. Here we
From
go.
the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Double tight. Double tight.
We got three down. 180. Mike's 5'9", Mike's 5'9".
Here we go. Here we go.
12.
Blitz coming and down he goes. Ted McKinley in there to get him. And that's sack number 6 for him on the year.
Here we go, fellas. Here we go.
Work to at least get some of this yardage back after the
Watch
sack.
left.
2nd and
Tight end to the right,
19.
tight end left.
We're going to sit up.
And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on first down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
Here we go, fellas. Here
An
we go.
incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Dot. 180. Harbaugh. Mike, check. 59. Starting left here.
Tackle.
11.
And it's gone. He's going to look deep down the field. And a shot taken on 3rd down, unsuccessful. 4th down now.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Two punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. This is taken at the 15. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. Atlanta now coming out on the field. They have to be pleased with the way that they've moved the football thus far.
And why wouldn't they be? 2 touchdowns on a field goal in their first 3 possessions. They're playing so well right now, the field goal probably feels like a disappointment.
The 4th down run successful.
Right,
now
right,
they
right.
look to pay
He's
it
tight
off
right here.
on
He's tight
1st
right, tight
down.
on the right.
And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line.
Run!
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Here's second and 7 now from the 28.
Your trip ends here. Hey, check 24, check 24.
Single receiver. Hey, you're...
Gun!
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field and it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
The Falcons on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far.
Gun!
This is third and 7.
Gun!
Hey.
They'll set up a throw. And incomplete here on third down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion on the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Out is the Saints offense now as they get ready to take over here. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that can put your team in some jeopardy?
In a double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. He's on quite the interception run. He had 2 last week, another one here. Remember, he's not a DB, he's a linebacker.
But how many of those linebackers started as DBs and pumped themselves up into being linebackers? So the ball skills are the same, right? The coverage skills and responsibilities are the same.
Good run, Devontae Freeman. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up second.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
Strong right.
Gun!
Now a shotgun snap as he'll look to throw. He sets to fire deep. And this is caught.
That's
Touchdown, Falcons. Calvin Ridley, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Falcons
Heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that can finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. That's fielded in the end zone. Now the Saints offense, they get ready to go back to work here. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned they're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure,
we got 3, fellas. We got 3.
if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. They'll give him 8 on the play, and it'll make it a second down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
DC!
Now on second down. Over the middle, that's caught by Ross. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. A nice pick up there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Doesn't matter whether it's a zone coverage or man coverage, the drag route can be effective when it's run well.
Here we go.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
17. 17. 17.
41.
The tight end Kelsey has it over the middle. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Tight left, tight left. 3 down, 3 down. 3 down, 3 down.
Turbo set.
Dan is gone. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining. The Saints
Here we go,
on
fellas. Here
third
we go. Here we
down.
go.
Just 1 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2.
5. 5.
Mike's finished.
Turbo set.
Again.
I know he ain't got it.
Going up top. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by
We got
Keanu
three.
Neal.
3 down, 3
And a
down.
big
Hey, fellas,
turnover
we got
there
3.
as
Let's
his
go.
guys will get the football back. So we are at halftime here in Atlanta with the Falcons out in front. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. The Falcons back to receive. They've got the lead, and they'll get this football as the second half gets underway. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. A big seam, and he might go all the way. He's at the 30. Touchdown, Falcons. In for the score. And the Falcons will add on to their lead.
And talk about taking words from the locker room. I will guarantee you in their locker room, they talked about pressing the kicking game because you can get an advantage if you do it right, and they just did.
So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. That'll be taken in the end zone. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. Now the attention turns to the Saints offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half.
On this side, boys.
Pretty
Tight
big
on the left.
deficit,
Tight on
though.
the
We'll
left.
see what adjustments were made in
Turbo set.
Something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to
Crash down,
create more
crash.
hype than what is.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by DeMonte Casey.
All
First
day,
possession
baby,
of the third
all
quarter,
day,
an
baby.
interception, so maybe a second half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent
Let's
of
go.
running out
Let's
the
go.
wrong
Interception,
door
baby. Let's go.
and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that
Has
one.
that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams
Three down,
actually
three
doing
down.
Here we go
that
now.
back in the good old days.
They'll drop to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10.
Watch tight end. Tight right, tight right.
He'll try and get away on here on 2nd down. Quick hitter here, it's complete.
Okay, folks.
And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down. The Falcons on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 9.
Check.
Now let's go.
He'll look to throw.
Yeah, watch the ball. Watch the ball.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off down to the 10. And the return will stop right around the 25.
All day, baby. Let's
They needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the third quarter defensively. They did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break. Taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
Trying to shut down the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Duke Riley in there to bury him for a loss of 11.
Here we go.
Now they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. Now gone. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Tack McKinley, he's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year.
You better be ready next time. Here we go.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Instead, they go empty backfield as they look to throw.
Let's go, defense.
Out of the backfield, that moves late to Kamara. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. Despite a pickup of 16, they're still well short of the sticks on 4th. Here comes the Saints punter now. He'll kick it away for the 6th time. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Pulled in at the 24. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
Key him. Key the tight end.
And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a 1st down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice because you're right, he struggled, especially in that 1st half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start.
And he's able to get this one down to about the 40. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Hey, we got tight right, tight right.
All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36.
Oh, yeah!
Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or
better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
3 down, 3 down.
On 3rd down, Devontae Freeman. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the 1st down.
Here comes
They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
I know the game's changed. A lot of people would say it's evolved. Look, I'm a little bit Neanderthal, okay? I love this. No exotic formations, no misdirection. Just line up and run the darn ball, pick up the 1st down. I love it.
Yeah, 3rd and short, that's what you're supposed to do. Like you said, old school, smash mouth. 1st down. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Yeah, let me puff out my chest a little bit, even though I'm not rooting for either team. That was a really nice defensive play. It's awfully fun to watch, even in an offensive game.
3 buzz, 3 buzz, 3 buzz. All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
Ricky, Ricky.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And Complete
Yeah,
there.
baby.
A nice
Boom.
hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Four down.
And now the Saints are going to take a timeout on defense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. The Falcons on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 11.
Hey, let's
Here we go now.
He'll look to throw. On the screen, this is Coleman. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards,
That's what
back to
I'm
the
talking
33.
about. That's it, boy.
Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. And for the second time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. From the left hash, it's an even 50-yard attempt. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And that'll push the lead from 24 up to 27. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted. But I have a theory about it.
Yes.
They're more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason.
Super 66. We go Sadat. White 20.
I got it. Check 3.
Rita to begin the drive. He finds it open past the 40. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision.
Here we go.
Straight ahead, peripheral.
Shell,
Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
76. Tell him. 76.
And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Watch left.
14. 14. 14. 14.
Hey, we got 3 down. Mike, check. 59.
Second down is good. And now here is another interception. Picked off near the 42. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. Thomas, the intended target. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row,
Now let's
he's throwing
go.
it to the guy.
That's going to be caught. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Double tight.
And no signal, but I don't think he got the surge behind
Check number
center.
6,
No,
check
he's
number
going to be
6.
kept out of the end zone. No gain there as he kept it himself at second down. Back now here on EA Sports. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal.
Gun! Hurry up, here we go. Green.
This time he'll look to throw. And his throw here is incomplete.
Brandon, some of those windows to throw the football that exist when you're between the 20s, they
Mike,
don't exist
watch
when you're
Mike.
this close to the goal line. But as a former DB, I liked it closer to the goal line.
Blitz, blitz,
Tighter windows
blitz,
made it easier to
blitz.
cover people, actually.
Here we go.
And he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown.